Hello and welcome everyone to this new tutorial session. So in our previous session, we have discussed how we can work with files in Python. And in that session, we discussed only about text files. But in Python, we can also process non-textual files with the help of binary files. So in this tutorial session, we will understand how we can work with binary files in Python. So we start off this video by understanding how we can open a file in a binary format. Then we will discuss how we can read a file in binary format. After this, we will discuss how we can create or write a binary file. And in the last, we will discuss how we can append some content into a binary file. So without any further delay, let's jump on to our very first topic. Now, before we start off with the operations related to binary files in Python, let's get an overview related to binary files. So basically, a binary file is simply a file that has been encoded in binary format. Now, the binary files are only readable by computers, while humans cannot understand these binary files. And these binary files contain only a sequence of zeros and one that can only a computer can understand. Now the key role of a binary file is to store non-textual data, for example images, videos, spreadsheets, etc. And if we compare these binary files with text file, despite text files, binary file do not contain any end line character or characters that will be transformed into a machine readable form. They only contains data in the form of zeros and one. So let me show you one basic example related to binary data. Now here on the screen you can see that I have opened this data.txt file. Now this txt file contains some textual data, like Python is a general purpose high level interpreted programming language, and some more information is also there in this file. Now what I will do, I will right click this data.txt file and I will click on this open with option, and then I will open this file in hex editor. And here you can see it has rendered this txt file in the form of binary. So here you can see the data. So here this digit represents p, then 79 represents y, then 74 represents t. Now how I am doing this? For this I have installed this extension which is hex editor. This extension is by Microsoft, so I have installed this extension. Now after installing this extension, I am opening this file with hex editor. So I hope with this you got a basic idea related to binary files. So now let's move to our next topic and let's discuss some of the basic operations related to binary files. So as discussed in the previous tutorial, to perform any operation on any type of file in Python, first we need to open the file. So in case of binary files, we need to open the file in the binary mode, and after that we can perform the operation on the binary file. Once we have completed our operation, we need to close the file. Now just like text files, we utilize the open built-in function to open a file in Python, and while opening a file we need to specify the binary mode which is represented by b as an argument to the open function. Now here on the screen you can see the list of basic modes related to binary files in Python. So rb represents reading a binary file, WB represents writing a binary file, and AB represents appending a binary file. So these are the three basic modes related to binary files. Now let's discuss about the very first mode and let's understand how we can read a file in the binary format. So we can apply this operation on a binary file or any other file. So we can render any file in the binary format as well. And for this example, we will understand how we can use the open function and read any file in the binary format. So let's discuss this thing with the help of an example. So here on the screen, you can see one example. In this example, what we have done, first we have used this open function, and within the open function, I have passed the name of a PNG image file, and we are reading this file in the binary mode. That's why I have specified RB, and I am also using the try except block to handle the exception. Now within the else block you can see I have used this print function where I am using this read lines method to read the very first line from this image file, and this read line method will return data in the form of binary. And after this I have defined one finally block in which I am closing the file. So let me first show you the image which I am using. So currently I am in this directory working with binary files which is there on my desktop, and this is my notebook file on which I am working, and this is the PNG file that I am talking about. So let me open it. So this is the image file that I am rendering in the binary format. So let me execute this code block now, and here you can see it has returned this data. Now this data is in the form of binary. So in this way we can read binary files in Python. Now before we move to the next step of writing a binary file, we need to understand the concept of pickling and unpickling in Python. So pickling, or we can say serialization, is the process of converting any type of Python object, whether it is a list, dictionary, or tuple, into byte stream, which is in the form of zeros and one. Whereas unpickling is a technique that turns the byte stream back into the Python object. So here you can see the representation of pickling and unpickling. The role of pickling is to convert any Python object into byte stream, while unpickling is a process of converting any byte stream back into a Python object. Now how we can do this in Python? For this implementation, we utilize the pickle module. So pickle is an inbuilt module available in Python, and from this module we can utilize two methods. So very first is the dump method. So the dump method is utilized for pickling, while the load method is utilized for unpickling. Now let us discuss the execution of pickling and unpickling while performing the write operation on a binary file. So let me recall this. To write any file, we need to open the file in the write mode, and for binary files, we need to open the file in the write binary mode. So we need to use WB. Let us look one example related to it. So here you can see one example. In this example, first we have imported the pickle module, then we have defined a try block. Within the try block, we are opening this sample.bin file. Now this file represents binary file, and we are opening this file in the write mode, and for this we have defined WB as our mode. So this mode represents writing a binary file. Now if this file exists in the current location, then it will truncate the file and add the content that we are going to add. Else it will create a new file with the same name. So we have defined this file object name as file. Then we have defined one dictionary named profile, and within this dictionary we have defined four key value pairs. So very first is this username, second is the name, third is the age, and fourth is hobbies. Now if we want to pickle this data into the sample.bin file, we need to use the dump method. So first we have defined this pickle module, then we have used this dot operator, and then we have used dump function. And within this function, first we have passed the object which is profile. So we are passing the dictionary, and then after comma we need to define the file. So our file object is this file. That's why I define file here. So here we don't need to use any write method. We just need to use the dump method, and it will automatically convert this Python object into binary data and store it in that binary file. Now, after the try block, we have specified one except block so that we get to know if there is any exception. Now if the try block is executed successfully, then this else block will be executed, and we will get this statement data inserted. And once all this operation has been executed, we are closing the file using the close method. So let me execute this cell, and here you can see we got this result data inserted. So in this way we have performed pickling in Python. Now let's unpickle the data that we have inserted into the file, and how we can do that. Let's see one example related to this as well. So in this example, first we have imported the pprint module and the pickle module. So here we have imported the pprint module to print the dictionary in formatted manner. After the import statement, we have used the try block. In the try block, we have opened this sample.bin file in the reading mode. So we are reading this binary file, and after that we are using the load method from the pickle module. Now this load method only accepts one argument, so we need to pass the file object that we want to unpickle. So that's why we have specified this file object into it, and we are storing its result in the data variable. Then we have defined this except block, and in the else part we have used this pprint function from the pprint module to print the data. So this data is this data variable, and in the last we are closing the file. So let me execute this code block as well, and here you can see it has returned this dictionary. Now let me show you this sample.bin file in the VS Code editor. So here you can see if I open this sample.bin file in the text format, I will get data something like this. So I hope with this you all understand how we can write data into a binary files using pickling. Now let's move forward and let's discuss how we can append some data into the binary file. Now appending data in binary file is also similar to writing data. In this case, we just need to change the mode in which we were opening the file. So instead of WB, we need to use AB, where A represents the append mode and B represents the binary file. So in this example, first we have imported this pickle module, then we have created this file object where we have opened this new underscore sample.bin file in the append binary mode. Then we have defined two dictionaries. First is this profile underscore one dictionary. Now this dictionary also contains four key value pairs. Then after defining this profile underscore one dictionary, we have defined this profile underscore two dictionary, and this dictionary also contains four key value pairs. Now once we define both of this dictionary, we have defined one empty dictionary. The name of this dictionary is data underscore dict, and then we are storing both of these dictionary in this empty dictionary. That's why we have used this code here. So in this way we are defining this cyberz key within this data underscore dictionary, and we are defining its value as profile underscore one, and we have defined one more key as alpha, and we are defining its value as profile underscore 2. So in this way, both of these dictionaries will be concatenated within this data underscore dictionary. Then we have used this pickle.dump method. So we are basically storing this dictionary into this file object. Now once this operation has been executed successfully, the program will return this data appended string. And in the last, after performing all of this operation, we are closing the file using the close method. So let me execute this. So here you can see the result, data appended. Now let's unpickle this file. Now for this, we have opened this file in the read binary mode. Then we have used this load method from this pickle module, and we have passed this file object as an argument to this load method. And then we are storing the result of this load method in the data variable. And once this try block has been executed successfully, we are using this pprint function from this pprint module to print the data, and in the last we are closing the file. So let me execute this code block, and here you can see the result. So it has returned this dictionary which contains two more dictionaries within it. Now with this we have come to the end of this tutorial session. In the next tutorial session we will discuss how we can work with other different type of files like Word document and PDF. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. We will see you in the next one.